What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 4 of the Detroit Lions Rebuild Series here on the Sim Gaming Network, and I am excited to bring you guys this episode. This is our Week 3 game against the Minnesota Vikings. We are 1-1 coming off of a huge victory against the Washington Commanders. Minnesota Vikings are 2-0. And guys, I really hope you guys are enjoying this series. I'm having a lot of fun with this right now. I'm enjoying editing these games to you guys and bringing you this excitement. And for this episode, it is called Growing Pains, because we are a young Detroit Lions team with a lot of talent, at least on the offensive side of the football. We got some talent on the defensive side, but we're young, and what that means is we're gonna struggle to maybe close games or to win games that we should. And so this game is titled Growing Pains, as it should be. And we're going to go ahead and hop into the highlights here. But yeah, man, if you haven't seen the other videos, please check those out. I'll have those linked in the video at the end. And also, if you're new to the channel, man, and you like this content, please subscribe. It really helps me out. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you like this series. I'm going to keep doing more things like this if you guys continue to watch and enjoy it. So here we are, the Detroit Lions on the road. First road game of the year against the 2-0 Minnesota Vikings, and we are coming off a huge win, like I said, against the Commanders, where we appeared unstoppable on offense. We seemed to figure some things out, and we're going to go in and we're going to see what we can do against what we assume to be a tougher opponent than the Commanders, the Minnesota Vikings. And so let's go ahead, get right into kickoff here. As I told you guys before, we do these recaps NFL Game Day style. I'm going to try to kind of highlight and commentate. So anyway, here's Kirk Cousins coming out. He gets the ball first. And like I said, they are 2-0 on the year, and he's got some good numbers to back it up. He's got 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 688 yards for 2 games. Very, very solid numbers. First play of the game, the Vikings told us, hey, we're not going to be the Commanders. We're not going to push you over. Dalvin Cook's going to break off a huge run just like that, 15 yards right off the bat. And he was someone that the Detroit Lions struggled with all day. As just a few plays later, he breaks another tackle, and he's off to another big run. And this game was an eye-opener that run defense needs a lot of help. But Kirk Cousins then on a 3rd and 19, following a sack, was able to get the Vikings in field goal range, which they would go ahead and kick here to go up 3-0 on the Detroit Lions off their first possession. Lions, here comes Baker. Very, very great week last week. His season numbers are 522, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Good start so far. Very first play for the Lions. Remember what Dalvin Cook did well? DeAndre Swift says, I can do one better. You run for 15 on the first play, I'll run for 16. Just like that, the Lions offense is cooking. But on 3rd and 5, Baker does not have enough time to throw. We go down. Zadarius Smith comes in, gets the sack, and we are forced to punt. This would be the only punt of the day for the Detroit Lions. What does that mean? Well, stay tuned. We'll find out. Anyway, the Vikings, very next possession, Dalvin Cook gets the Lions thinking he's getting the football on the play action fake. They find their other stud wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, for a big gain. Very next play, Kirk Cousins, he's going to roll out, finds himself in the arms of Aiden Hutchinson for a sack in back-to-back weeks. It's good to see him starting to show up on the defensive side and making his presence felt. That led to a Vikings punt, and Detroit is on offense for the second time here. And Baker's going to go ahead. He's going to find a mismatch here. He sees what he wants at the line of scrimmage. He's got the Vikings spread out, and he's going to find a little mismatch here to the tight end for a nice big play up the middle. And the Lions are now driving. Couple plays later on a 1st and 10, Baker, he's going to go ahead, spread the defense out, and he's going to find Jameson Williams, the number 1 pick. First round pick, I should say, for another big gain, and suddenly the Lions are in business. Here we go, 3rd and 3. Baker, spread the defense out. Make them show you what they're in. He's going to find TJ Hawkinson on a nice little route. He's going to get a block from DJ Chark for a Detroit Lions touchdown. Just like that, they're up 7-3. Next come the Vikings. You're going to find it. Irv Smith, very first play. Detroit forces the fumble, gets the recovery. This seems just like last week against the Commanders. Force a fumble right after a touchdown. Let's see if the Detroit Lions can take advantage of it. But the Detroit Lions do have a 3rd and 8 here after that forced fumble. And Baker's going to drop back. He's going to look, and he is going to thread the needle to TJ Hawkinson, who takes on a big hit from the safety, but hangs on to set up the Lions with a first down inside the red zone. On 3rd and 7, a couple plays later, Baker catches the Vikings in man coverage and decides to do it himself. And suddenly, the Lions are up 14-3 on the Minnesota Vikings early in the second quarter, as we take another look at Baker's scramble for 6. Vikings got the ball back here after the change of possession. They got 3rd and 8. Baker is going to take a shot to Justin Jefferson, who does not hang on, and the Lions force a 3 and out. They got the ball again here, moving the football, driving on this Minnesota defense. They're going to play action. They're going to find the wide receiver Chark on a nice play action crossing route, and they are in business yet again inside the red zone. The Detroit Lions seem to figure out their offense here as they decide to give it to Jamal Williams, who goes into the end zone untouched on 3rd down to bring the Lions to a 21-3 lead in the second quarter. Literally goes into the end zone untouched. What a play. 21-3 Detroit, and they are cooking. Back come the Vikings. They need to drive. They need to get some points here. And Kirk Cousins is going to just go ahead and hand it off to Dalvin. He's been killing it all day. He's making guys miss up the gut for another big 15-yard run. A couple plays later, Kirk's going to go ahead and give it to Cook again. He's going to break a tackle, break another tackle, get to the outside edge, and gets dragged down, but after a huge pickup. Right here, the Vikings showed their quick play potential as 2 plays are all the way down to the red zone. Another play there, throwing a screen that's going to get Madison all the way down to the 4. In 3 plays, they get down to the 4-yard line, this Minnesota offense. And on a very next play, Kirk Cousins is going to pull a little inner Brett Favre and find his wide receiver crossing to the back of the end zone. That's Irv Smith making up for the fumble earlier. And it is a 29-10 ball game. Minnesota answers to keep the game close. This was a fantastic throw and play by Kirk Cousins to find the open wide receiver. Detroit still has time to go down and score, though, before half, whether to go get 3 or whether to get another touchdown. They find DJ Chark across the middle here. They're driving. They're in business. Now we are in field goal range here with a minute left. Baker's going to step up. He's going to find another wide open wide receiver, and the Vikings can't cover anybody. 30 seconds left, though. 1st and 10, and Baker makes his first mistake of the day. He throws an interception in the end zone. Surely this would have at minimum been a field goal to give the Detroit Lions 24 points, but instead the teams go to halftime 21-10 Detroit on Minnesota, with that mistake looming over them going into halftime. How will they come out in the second half? Well, very first play, they're going to come out and they're going to play action, and Baker's going to get sacked. That interception from Patrick Peterson was a momentum-changing play for this Vikings defense as they force a 3 and out right away. On offense here, Dalvin Cook gets the ball, just continues to make our defenders look like they're on the JV squad here as he is just torching them. A few plays later, Minnesota's down, looking like they're going to score. They get the ball to Justin Jefferson for a first down at the 10-yard line. Minnesota is moving. What's Detroit going to do? We get him in a 4th and inches from the 1. They spread it out 5 wide. They put the ball in Kirk's hands. He's going to make a throw, and their wide receiver drops it. They get stopped 4th and 1 from the 1-yard line. Detroit gets the ball back. 2 plays later, Baker's going to play action. He's going to take a shot here. Oh no, Baker. Probably don't want to make that throw into double coverage. It turns into another Patrick Peterson interception off the deflection. Very poor throw on a 2nd and 1. You're going to give the ball right back to the Vikings after you get a huge stop. And now the Vikings are back in business on the 41. 2 plays later, 3rd and 7. They're inside the 21. Kirk's going to eat the sack, which will lead to a field goal attempt from the Minnesota Vikings. And it is good. So the lead is now 21-13. It is officially a one-score game as time is winding down in the third. Detroit back on offense. Play action yet again. This time, Baker makes a good decision. Finds a wide-open wide receiver. Lions are cooking. They're moving the football. They are getting into field goal range. Now, first down from the 31-yard line. Play action again. This time, Baker eats the sack. This is going to take the Lions out of ideal field goal position. You're going to try the 58-yarder. It looks good, but 58 yards is just a little too far for the kicker, and it comes up short, leaving 3 points off the board. Can't take that sack there, as Minnesota now has the ball in great field position. They're going to give it to Dalvin Cook again. Like I said, he was feasting all day. Another big run to get Minnesota in field goal position just like that. Here we are, 3rd and 3 from the 11. Kirk Cousins is going to drop back and find a dropped interception. You know what they say, you drop interception, what happens? Very next play, they pitch it to Dalvin Cook on 4th and 3. He's going to put a move on the defender, get the outside, and score from 11 yards out after the dropped interception. The very next play, that's the one thing you can't do. Make these young mistakes, these young mental errors. We could have had the ball. We could have drove down, killed some time, but instead, it's now a 2-point ball game. Then Kirk Cousins is going to find Thielen for the 2-point conversion. With 7 minutes left, we are now tied. Momentum fully in Minnesota's favor. What are the Lions going to do after 2 Baker Mayfield interceptions? We're going to give it to Amon-Ra St. Brown on and around, who takes it for 30-plus yards. He's going to get the ball all the way down inside of potential field goal range for the Detroit Lions on a 36-yard carry. This is going to set up Detroit where they can run some time off the clock and take a go-ahead field goal. What a great play from Amon-Ra St. Brown to bounce back the offense after giving up 11 straight points. 3rd and 10, though, after a couple running plays that were stuffed. Baker's going to scan the defense. He's going to drop back, and he is going to fire a ball to Patrick Peterson for his 3rd interception. This one, he is going to return it to the house. Patrick Peterson ran the route for the defender on this play. It looked very psychic, if you ask me. He must have been in our huddle and known exactly what we were doing, because he literally ran the route for the wide receiver here, which is why the interception occurred. Now, Lions are down 7 with 4.5 to go. What's Baker going to do? He's going to step up. He's going to find Jameson Williams for a nice gain. They're going to drive. Got to get down. Got to get inside. You have plenty of time to score. Don't have to panic. Baker's going to step back off the play action, and he is going to have a wide open receiver who drops the football. What happens when you make critical drops, when you make critical mistakes? Well, the very next play after we had a dropped catch that would have went for not only a first down but more yards, Baker's going to step up and he's going to scan and he's going to fire to a covered wide receiver, and it gets picked off. The drops killed us in this game. This is going to lead to Kirk Cousins finding Justin Jefferson wide open on a deep ball, gone to the house. Vikings are now up 35-21. Lions have a last-ditch effort to try to go ahead and get this thing within a one-score game. Kirk is going to take a shot to TJ Hawkinson, thread the needle, move the football. 2 minutes left to go inside the 37, and honestly, this was just not Baker's second half, man. He throws another one that gets picked off as he tries to find his halfback, Jamal Williams, out. This turned into a very rough second half for Baker after a great first half, finishing off what he started last week. And the Lions end up losing to the Vikings 35-21 after a hot start. Like I said, growing pains, missed field goal, dropped interception, dropped catches, led to the Vikings being able to come back and win this game. But the Detroit Lions, they can't think about that now. They have to go on to our opponent next week and see if we can't get a bounce back victory. That's all for this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you stay tuned to the next one. Peace.